Fi- Fiona and Cake, episode 5 and 6. We had a lot more revealed, a lot more to question, and a lot of stuff that just straight up was kind of confusing. But again, this is the world of Adventure Time. Does anything make any level of sense? At all. All this and more after the opening. All right, guys, Brent here back with Geek, where we cover all things Marvel, Star Wars, DC, Lord of the Rings, anime, and more, including Fiona Cake. If you're already subscribed to the channel, you know we do all this and more, and we produce a short for you each and every night for you to enjoy and sometimes have spirited debates on. Because I just spent the last, I want to say, good part of an hour having a great and spirited open dialogue with a fan named Caleb. So hey, thanks for that conversation. It truly kept me awake because I am exhausted. But look, this episode was not exhausting at all. Both of them were fantastic. They were fresh. They were original. We got an interesting look back at Farm World. We got to see Jake. We got to see Jake. We got to see Finn grow up. See, the tiredness has already plagued some of my brain. We got to see Finn grow up. We got to see him have a family. We got to see what his world would have turned out like if he'd been allowed to have a natural progression. Because within the world of Adventure Time, he was forced to grow up from a very, very young age. Him and Jake did many, many adventures, and there was forced progression on his character, on his arc. And that's why he comes off as awkward a lot of the time in the original Adventure Time, because he was shoved into situations that no child should be shoved into and forced to become great in a situation that he just had no business succeeding in. But through many, many factors, including Jake the dog, always seemed to succeed, including having just a true hero's heart. And once again, he had a hero's heart. He welcomed people in his home he knew were trouble, he knew would cause him situations, and he still allowed them in all the same. And then have the scarab show up at your door and just be like, go away. I'm not dealing with you. I don't have time for this. Is another fantastic thing to see. His hero side never truly gave up. He was willing to stand up for his family, defend the people he loved, and protect what mattered true to him, which once again shows that Finn has always been a true hero. And then on the very, very next episode, we see that we have the Scarab chasing after Winter King. And the Winter King, for all intents and purposes, I thought was completely sane up until we found out exactly what was going on. I truly believe that Simon, in the world of Adventure Time, in the original multiverse, the one that we truly care about and saw progress all the way to the end where Betty was taken, was a weak individual. I truly believe that the crown wasn't as insanely powerful as it was, even though we saw it overpower Finn before. We saw it overpower Simon on multiple instances, and whoever has worn this crown has gone loopy, has gone mad. But at a certain point, there will become an individual who is able to wear this crown and be unaffected by it. I would harp. I would say that the crown is a lot like the One Ring from Lord of the Rings. There are people out there who are completely immune to the ring. His name was Tom Bombadil, and he truly did not care for the world in which was going on outside of his magical forest. But there are people that are immune to the ring, and truly, even in those books, they did say that Tom would have probably discarded the ring, would have been found by somebody else, and then it would have been used for evil purposes because Tom would have just thought it was an ordinary ring, be like, don't need this. But at the same time, he wasn't out here with J-Lo, like collecting six rings and just tossing them about. We have people trying actively to pursue this crown, use it for their own evil purposes, and then make the universe in the way in which they want. Because this crown is so powerful that the scarab, who just took out Prismo fairly easily, I might add, is once again able to just get jumped by the Winter King, who then proceeds to get jumped by Princess Bubblegum, who he calls Queen Bubblegum for some reason, which would imply that she got married to somebody at some point in time, which means her and Marceline probably got married, even though we saw Marceline within a prison within the Winter King's castle and seemed to be absolutely a just true mirage of what a manifestation, I should say, of Ice King, Winter King's insanity. We never truly saw Marceline. And then on the back end, we have Marshall Lee getting to know everything that is going on with the real world, aka Fiona and Cake's world, version of Princess Bubblegum, who is, a dude, a baker, having a great time, enjoying his life, and they seem to be getting truly close together, just like they did in every other alternate universe where they end up together. They end up in a romantic relationship, and they're trying to push each other because one is impulsive, one is rash, just one just makes decisions without thinking. The other one overthinks things, overcomplicates things, causes problems because they're so slow, tedious, and they just love to experiment on things that ultimately have no business experimenting with. But we have this lovely universe that no matter how many multiverses there are, love seems to be finding a way. And it was interesting that Love's kiss cured a curse. It was like a lot of this episode felt very Disney-esque, involving the Winter King. Some of the singing reminded me of Jack Skellington from Nightmare Before Christmas, if anyone remembers that film, which I truly believe around this time of year most people start watching anyway because it's more of a Halloween film than a Christmas film. But that's a personal opinion, and that could be an argument in of itself. But this universe is well fleshed out. It's humming along. I think they're paying a better homage to the original than I truly anticipated they would. I thought out the gate that they were going the wrong direction. However, I was wrong. They seem to be heading in the right direction together. And Fiona and Cake are both growing, evolving, and adapting to the universe and around them. Albeit Cake has taken on many, many sexual connotations and a lot of jokes that are just seem out of left field, but at the same time, this is intended for more of an adult audience. So maybe that's how they're trying to supplement the generation that grew up with Adventure Time now being adults watching this. That being said, leave your thoughts in the comments below. Be here, hit that lovely red subscribe button if you liked anything we have out here for the YouTube. And if not, check us out on Spotify. Even just watching 1 minute of Spotify can truly help us grow, evolve, and continue to be a better geek variant for you. Remember, be your best variant, and I'll see you tomorrow for Jujutsu Kaisen, Harley Quinn, and so much more over the weekend. Have a good one, folks.